Hi, this is Katinka Marianistor, and you're watching The Cultural Conversation. My guest today is the musician, actor, and producer Antonia Azoitei. Tune in. Ladies and gentlemen, today with me, Antonia Azoitei, violinist, actor, producer, Wonder Woman, mom of two fantastic boys, and what's there else? And my friend. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
wait, my friend. How are you, Coco?
I'm
Because friends call
excellent.
you Coco. So,
Yeah, nickname, but it's also a stage name, so feel free to use it. It's
yes.
how I
How
like.
are you? What are you working on? How have you
What
been?
am I not working on at the moment? I'm like a proper fingers in every pie possible. At the moment, I'm on tour with Rob Brydon as a violinist in his onstage band. He does a stand-up comedy, A Night of Songs and Laughter, and we're just wrapping that up. So we've got two shows left. We've got, where am I going? Leicester and Dublin, and coming back
UK
just
tour,
in time for your first show.
which you are producing.
I am producing with the Inner Six, my theatre company. So yeah, when I'm not playing the violin in the BBC Concert Orchestra or with a variety of different ensembles around London, or with Rob Brydon, then I am either acting or producing plays.
What's
So
more stressful, to produce, to act, or to play
well,
an
I'll tell you
instrument?
what, how I got into the theatre company in the first place was by acting and producing at the same time, because a bunch of us after drama school decided to put on Demons by Lars Norén and do it ourselves. So it's a cast of four on stage almost all of the time in a like 3 hour play. And we produced it ourselves, and it was the first time, and we didn't know what we were doing really. And I have to say that acting and producing at the same time almost killed me. And afterwards, I said I would never, ever, ever put those two things together again. So it's not a case of which one is more stressful. They're both intensely stressful in, and
It's
also like a
it's
roller
like a
coaster
virus, but a
ride.
good one.
Exactly. It's addictive. It's
It's
addictive.
addictive. Yeah, it's an addiction. Yes,
And
yes.
I do like to just do one at a time now because it's just a lot more feasible.
Are you though? Are you though? Because your life at the moment doesn't seem like.
No, I'm always
How's
doing
that going on for you?
five things at once. But yeah, I will do a play next year that I will act in, and then I will have my colleagues do more of the producing for me. So
Looking
I will,
forward to that.
yeah,
So you co-founded a company called the
yes.
Inner Six. Tell me more about that, challenges for fringe producing and
Oof.
going going out there on your own.
I mean, the obvious one is the fundraising. We're not funded by the Arts Council or anyone yet, so we're waiting for the big time before we put in an application. We're sort of almost ready to. We've got this will be our fourth production now with you, and so we're almost ready to
What's
have
it called? What's it called? Remind me.
Second Coming of Joan of Arc by
Look, I'm
Carol.
wearing a t-shirt with a message,
You are
so
our
I'm
Joan,
prepared. I'm prepared for you.
the spirit in
So the
every.
spirit in any condition does not burn. It's actually a T-shirt I bought from Marina Abramovic,
Oh,
retrospective
amazing.
exhibition at the Royal Academy here. But I felt like we were already working penciling the second coming, so it was just fit to wear today.
Yeah, so we specialize in actually bringing foreign texts that are already very successful in their own original country of origin, and in their own language, to the UK stage and usually the London stage, but not always, and bringing it to a British audience who wouldn't otherwise have heard of that said writer or wouldn't have necessarily seen the play. So we started off doing translations. We were the first people to get the official rights to do the English translation of Lars Norén's Demons. So we did that as a premiere, and then we started translating Sergio Roveri's work. He's a really successful a Brazilian writer, and so we did two of his plays, Where the River Meets the Sea, and then Frankenstein. And now we're bringing your chosen play, which is a fantastic one-woman show by the American feminist writer Carolyn Gage, obviously already in English, but
But
it
American English.
still fits the bill. It's American, still classified as a foreign writer. And so, yeah, we're really excited. We seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller because we started with a cast of four, and then we did a two-hander, and then we did a one-man show, and now we're doing a one-woman show. The next one's going to be a two-hander again next
I
year.
mean, keep it intimate for now until
But you know
it
what?
grows.
You
It's
know
nice, yeah,
what's
because it's
growing, and you need it needs to be easy to travel. So we want to hit up the festivals. We're going to do Edinburgh Festival, Brighton Fringe, and two-handers or one-woman shows are perfect for that. So
Yes,
bring
yes,
it
yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I agree. I'm on board with you with this one. So, what are the challenges when you have a company like this? For example, going to festivals, submitting. What's the process? Walk us through it.
The beginning of it is super easy, which is why I get very overexcited and overstretch myself, because I go, oh yes, fill in that form and, and apply. And then I go, oh my God, now I'm committed. I really have to do it. This is when my colleagues come in and like back me up and start helping. But so yeah, you fill it in, you get yourself a good venue, you have to cost everything. That's really, really important. There's usually an element of fundraising that's gone in before you end up hitting send on the festival application, because you've got to know you can pay for
Yeah.
it. So you've got to do all of the costings, break it down, work out your ticket price, work out how big of a venue, size of venue is really important. You have to work out feasibly how many nights and what size of theatre do you think you can fill. And we did sort of overshoot a little bit in our very first play, because we had an over 100-seater. And we were completely unknown, straight from drama school, and we actually did pretty well. But we were like, wow, producing is hard. Getting bums on seats is a full-time job in and of itself.
There are a lot of elements that need to be taken into consideration, like the title and the author also brings people in the venue. Then you, the actors, your friends, who knows you, more important than who you know, and then like PR publicity, if you have, and just promoting like there's no tomorrow on every platform.
I mean, my favorite aspects, those are some of my favorite aspects though. Once the structure of the play is in place and we know what we're doing and we know where we're doing it and we know when, that's my favorite moment, when I can start creating the poster, creating a website, we have a website, but putting it on the website.
The website is let the world know.
Oh,
so where can we find you?
The Inner Socks. The Inner Socks. That'll be my next business.
Yeah, great idea.
Actually, a lot of people do ask why we're called the Inner Six, because there's only 3 of us in the company. And actually, that's because we all studied at the Giles Forman Centre for Acting, where we studied Jaap Malmgren's movement psychology technique, which is developed out of Laban for dancers and extended for use by actors. But it's a particular amazing transformational method of working with the body as well as the inners. And we're all trained in that, and it's to do with the 6 inner attitudes that are part of the sort of character psychological map that we study at drama school. So it's a nod to Jaap Malmgren, our name, but a lot of people are always confused by that, because they're like, well, there's not 6 of you, so what's that about?
Well, they need to come and find out. What do you think about playing, going touring, playing the violin, touring, and how do you balance these acts? How do you balance these acts as a musician, as an actor, producer, and as a mum?
As a mum, it's really, really hard. When I'm touring, I really miss my kids, and I sort of talk about sort of online parenting, that I'm constantly messaging them all the time and checking in and trying to make sure they're where they need to be and that they're looked after and fed and all of these things. So that's tricky. They're slightly bigger now. I couldn't have done it when they were smaller, really. But I mean, I love my jobs in plural. I love what I do so much that it does ease the pain of being away from them, because I'm just fully immersed in what I'm doing. Like, I'm so lucky to have the show with Rob. I've been doing that for 4 years. It's so fun. I literally just get paid to play great music and sit and laugh at the very funny Welshman on stage every night.
Living the dream. Do you have like a funny story from touring with Rob, or like something unusual that happened to you, or something not embarrassing? I wouldn't say embarrassing, but like something like that you remember and you'll tell your grandkids about.
Oh my goodness, not from Rob actually, although we've been to New Zealand and Australia last year, and that was an incredible experience. But I was just having such an amazing time from top to bottom that there's really nothing, like nothing at all went wrong on that tour, that I can say that we just had the most incredible
Where
time.
did it though?
years and years and years ago, one of the strangest jobs I've ever been asked to do was to go when I was just finishing up music college. One of the first very underpaid jobs I got asked to do was to go on a tour around Germany in the depths of winter in a kind of minivan with Uli John Ruff, who is from the Scorpions from the 60s, an incredible guitarist. And he had decided to do Vivaldi's Four Seasons on the guitar. And we had to sort of dress up we borrowed costumes from the Royal Shakespeare Company, actually, I think. And we're just dressed up in these massive, like, gowns, a sort of very Helena and Hermia style concert dress. And I think we were playing electric instruments. And we just went around in this van in the freezing depths of winter, but he hadn't marketed the tour. He's an incredible musician. He played, I couldn't believe what's possible on a guitar, but they hadn't really marketed it very well. And we arrived at this huge, empty, like abandoned sort of castle / playground.
Oh, wow.
That was really creepy. It was like out of a horror film. Everything had frost all over it. And we got there, absolutely enormous outdoor concert. Only about, I don't know, a couple of hundred people turned up. And they didn't tell us until right before we were like huddling, freezing backstage with cups of tea before we went.
Also unpaid. So
literally they came to get us and were like, get on stage, quick, you're live on German TV. And we were like, what? You didn't tell us that. So we had to run on stage to this audience. It felt like being in, I can't remember what it's called. What's that movie called? About the rock band. It's such a
yeah. In the Bleak Midwinter? No.
Oh, it's more famous than that. What is the iconic cult film that's about these?
Almost Famous?
No.
I don't know.
Me. I'll tell you later. But, yeah, I felt like I was in a movie. It was really, really surreal experience.
Well, it feels like you're living in a movie. It feels like you're living your dream. You're singing, you're playing, you're acting.
I'm doing
your mumming.
All of my favorite things. All of
your favorite things. Yeah. What a joy. Where can people find you on socials, Coco?
I am. I get
on Facebook, Instagram. Tell us your handlers.
My handle is Coco Azoitei on Instagram. I better spell it Azoitei. Coco Azoitei, and I'm Antonia Azoitei on Facebook. I am on X or Twitter or whatever we're calling it nowadays, but not very much. I'm trying to get more onto that.
And also the Inner Six on every social platform.
We are on every social
website as well. Come see us, see the work we've done with the second coming of Joan of Arc, 25th to the 31st of March at the Etc. Theatre in Camden. Coco will be there. I will most definitely be there. And we salute you.
Can't wait to see you on stage.
Me too. Thank you. Thank you, Coco.
You're welcome.